Yeah, good morning, all. I hope you enjoyed last week's podcast. I thought I'd give it another bash this week, although it's been a rather sad week. Yesterday, we said goodbye to George's brother Nick, and unfortunately, we have another funeral tomorrow. So yeah, it's been a very sad week for us, our friends, and our family. So yeah, we carry on regardless and hope for the best. The forums continue to be very busy, as I'm sure you know. Uh, SA horse racing has become a bit like a line from the Forrest Gump movie. Life is like a box of chocolates because we never know what to expect next. You couldn't write the script, guys. It's just amazing the things that happen in racing, but hopefully we have a positive trend going forward. Again, we have some interesting threads on the site, and it's been buzzing, especially the main forum, including the WhatsApp group. Plenty to talk about, plenty new topics. I really enjoyed last week at the Big T. Well done to Four Racing. They really put on a good show, some top class racing, top class facility. It was an excellent day, and our good friend William Robertson certainly came to the party. What a star that horse is. As far as local racing this weekend and today and tomorrow, I'm going to leave you just to go to the site and check all the groups we have there with information, tips, and various links and tips, and then enjoy. I'm just going to touch on a couple of bits of international news today. I did mention that Romantic Warrior and Forever Young, they're obviously running in Dubai, which will be a fantastic evening of racing. And one addition that I have to mention now, apart from Romantic Warrior and Forever Young, we also have Izzy Vungu Vungu, if I've got the pronunciation right. The Hollywood star is running in the sprint, and it's a big price, so probably have a little each way from the brain and from the heart in this case. And in addition, Hollywood also have the Punters Challenge for the Dubai meeting. I think that's the first time they've done this, so that'll be is also worthwhile having a go at that. Lovely prizes to be won if you can pick the winners. I was going to say that I hope on the commentator in Dubai can call Izzy Vungu Vungu okay, and he must be dreading when the Hollywood eventually have a horse called anti-disestablishmentarianism. That should turn a few heads. On the subject of funny uh, terminology and names, it reminds me of the Irishman that applies for a job on the building site, and the foreman says to him, "What's your name?" And he says, "It's Patrick McIlvaney." And he says, "Sorry?" He says, "Patrick McIlvaney." He says, "Sorry, could you spell it?" He says, "Spell it." He says, "Stick the job up your arse." No offence to the Irish. Cheers. Anyway, getting back to the racing topics, we have the Grand National 3-day meeting from Aintree, Thursday, Friday and Saturday this week. And obviously finding a winner in the National's never easy. I think the days of 100 to 1 shots have long gone. Because of the safetiness of the fences now, and of course the fields are a lot better. And just looking at the card, excuse me. I promised to have a drink here last week, and I must have it this week. The JP McManus has a couple of good runners, including last year's winner, I Am Maximus. Willie Mullins, can never ignore Willie. He's got a few top class runners as well. And the race should be between, let me just think, Howick, however you pronounce it, Iroko, Intense Raffles, I Am Maximus, and my choice for the race this year is Stumptown. So a small each way in Stumptown could be the way to go. However, the fields on Friday and Thursday and Friday are a lot easier. And today we have Constitution Hill against Lossiemouth. Now that should be a cracking race. Remember that we were looking at all the options on the actual champion hurdle at Cheltenham. And well, today at Aintree, this will be a tremendous race between these two. There's no statement in the race. It's difficult which way to call. I'm probably favouring Lossiemouth, which is probably the second. It will be the second favourite because Constitution Hill will be the favourite. But it'll be a brilliant race to watch, and it's a must to see. On Friday, we've got a couple of bankers in the Romeo Coolio and obviously John Bond. John Bond should get back on winning ways after its disappointment also at Cheltenham. So that's it. And then just to end this video, talking of on the national, I don't know if you remember, but everybody's heard of Red Rum. Now that was it's a national hero. It won the national in 73, 74, and then came back in 77 to win it again. But Red Rum was a great horse and a great champion. But I don't know if you remember a horse called Crisp, the Australian champion, or the Australian horse. It went into the national against Red Rum, and it was carrying 12 stone. Now, 12 stone, it was giving Red Rum 1 stone and 9 pounds. Now, in real money, for us South Africans, that's 12 kilos weight difference. So you can imagine running over 4 miles and 2 furlongs over 30 jumps and giving your opponent, who only beat you by a couple of lengths, 12 kilos. Was a fantastic performance, and I would say that the Crisp performance was probably the greatest ever of any national horse. I'm going to attach that video to the end of this, and all I can say for the end of the day is good punting and be well. Cheers all. Thank you.